Yeah. The fuck? Cool. All right. All right. Welcome to another episode of that deep, fill in the blanks, where we connect them dots. And I'm fresh out of YouTube jail once again, man. You see, I got this, the wave cap, just like how a lot of prisoners do. That's what happens when you get out of YouTube jail. You gotta put the wave cap on, and you kind of rough in the face. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I'm back free. So I'm getting tired of YouTube suspending me. I'm not gonna lie, but that's fine. I don't even be doing nothing. Anyways, man, y'all read the title, man. Mexican government holding a congressional hearing, and when they're showing 1,000-year-old alien mummies or alien bodies, right? We're gonna get all into all that. This ain't gonna be no long live stream, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna kick the facts, marinate on it, ponder, think about it, and get on about our business, you know what I'm saying? Get them likes up, you know what I'm saying? The price of admission is a thumbs up. That's all I ask for. You know what I'm saying? If you're really feeling very generous, you could super chat me or leave a donation, but YouTube them probably disabled that too. So I don't even know if you could do that. Anyways. So we'll get into it. All right. So today, September 13th, the Mexican government releases or has a hearing where they talk about UFOs in their country. They talk about staying silent for too long. They talk about they can't wait for America to release the information that they know. I'm only going to say that tentatively because the hearing was actually in Spanish. So I'm only going off of what someone else translated and said. I specifically can't say exactly that's what they said, but I will tell you this. It's very, very hard to find that footage of the Mexican congressional hearing. It's hard. It's hard to find it. If you try to YouTube it, it won't come up. The only way that you can find someone recording it with their phone or doing a narration is if you go out of YouTube, Google search it, and then the YouTube links will pop up. Another clue showing you the censorship that YouTube does. You know what I'm saying? So you can't find it if you just type it in. You might be able to now, but as of this morning, it was a hot ticket topic and it was very, very hard to find it. I watched the story progress from this morning being very hard to find to multiple media sites, major media sites, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, started to pick up the story. Even the Weather Channel, the weatherchannel.com picked up the story. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just read some excerpts from it. Mexico City, September 13th. Mexican lawmakers heard a testimony that we are not alone in the universe and saw alleged remains of non-human like beings in an extraordinary hearing making Latin America's country first congressional event on UFOs. So this is piggybacking off of the United States holding a congressional hearing last month with that boy. What's that boy name? What is that boy name? Grush or Grush, whatever his name is. And when he went on record as a whistleblower saying that the U.S. government has recovered and re-engineered UAPs or UFOs. Anyhow, so back to this story. As the news media started to cover this story more, the story starts to change according to the U.S. news media. So now they're saying that the alien bodies or alien mummies are a hoax, or not a hoax, but are not authentic, or whatever the words that they're choosing to carefully say. But that's only U.S. news. Every other news reporting agency, like from European news, even Australian news, do not report that. Only U.S. news skews it and says allegedly and things of that nature, right? I digress. I'll continue reading some of the article. In the hearing on Tuesday, FANI, the Spanish acronym for what are usually now termed unidentified anonymous phenomenon, so UAP. Politicians were shown two artifacts that Mexican journalist and longtime UFO enthusiast Jaime Maussan claimed they were corpses of extraterrestrials. Now, mind you, this story has spread through all the major news outlets. Okay? They had to pick it up because it spread too quick. That's a good sign of it being somewhat authentic, and it's a good sign showing you that there's a potential cover-up for sure. All right, so the specimens were not related to any life on Earth, Maussan said. That's the journalist. The two tiny bodies displayed in cases have 3 fingers on each hand, elongated heads. Maussan said they were recovered in Peru, near the Nazca lines in 2017. Okay, he said that they were about 1,000 years old, analyzed through carbon dating process by Mexico's National Autonomous University, and that's called UNAM, UNAM, United, or I don't know what the U stands for, but National Anonymous, an Autonomous University of Mexico, probably. Similar such finds in the past have turned out to be the remains of mummified children, which is possible if they were found in Peru. Highly possible. Now, another article stated that one of the artifacts had eggs and embryos in them, making it a female. Another article stated that one of the mummies or artifacts was around 1,700 years old, based off of carbon dating. And the other one was more like 700 years old, both roughly being about 1,000 years old. Okay. All right. Maussan, that's the journalist. He said that the first time such evidence has been presented, I think that there's a clear demonstration that we're dealing with non-human specimens that are not related to any other species in our world, and that all possibilities are open for a scientific institution to investigate it, Maussan said. So they're leaving it open for people to check it out to see if it's fake or hoax or whatever. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Jose de Jesus Zales Benitez, director of the Scientific Institute of Health of the Mexican Navy, said that X-rays, 3D reconstruction, and DNA analysis had been carried out on the remains, the mummies. I can affirm that these bodies have no relation to human beings. This is coming from the naval expert of Mexico. Okay. UNAM, that's the University of Autonomous, whatever, on Thursday published a statement first issued in 2017 saying the work by its National Laboratory of Mass Spectrometry with accelerators was only intended to determine the age of the samples. In no case do we make conclusions about the origin of said samples, the statement said. So they're trying to back off and let people know we're not saying that it's extraterrestrials or aliens. We're just telling you how old it is. So the age of whatever these things are, mummified children, has been confirmed. All right. Congressman Sergio Gutierrez from President Andres Manuel Lopez ruling Mena's party said he hoped the hearing would be the first of other similar events in Mexico. Okay. We'll just stop reading that there. You know what I'm saying? You can read the articles for yourself, but I just want to give you guys, and this article is coming from Reuters. Okay. One of the only American news outlets that didn't debunk or dispel the the findings. But I'm just putting it out there that there is some news or media outlets that are dispelling or trying to debunk or say that the hearing had fraudulent things. So the reason why they're doing that, because I got to tell you the whole story. The reason is because the journalist who presented these corpses or mummies, he has been known in the past uh, uh, to be hold on, shut that down, to be reporting on non-validated stories. You know what I'm saying? So his track record looks many, but that doesn't mean necessarily that his findings with these mummies are all bad. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Now, I'm going to say this. We cannot 100% say that anything that we see on these phones, tablets, laptops, desktops, anything that we hear on any of these devices or anything that comes through the media is real. We cannot validate it. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see it. Um, but what we can say is we're being told something. Just like with the hearing last month in the United States about the UAPs, we can't validate that any of that's real, but what we can validate is we're being told something. So that is the facts. The facts are we're being told about extraterrestrials. What is that doing? It's prepping the brain, prepping the mind, prepping the eyes, prepping the ears for something. The reason why we can definitely say this is because we've always been prepped for what they do. We've always been prepped for it. You know what I'm saying? I give you an example. Me and my partner was talking about this the other day. Movies like The Fifth Element, movies like Short Circuit, movies like Batteries Not Included, all have in these movies that were from the 80s, at the very least, have technology that we see now. All of it. All of it. 3D printing, um, flat screens, cell phones. It's already been there. So we have to say that these people who are in charge of our livelihood, these people who shape our civilizations, they've been having this technology for a long, long time before we get it. You know what I'm saying? A long time. What was I watching? I was watching something. I was like, damn. I'll give you an example. I was watching The Twilight Zone, the old school black and white joint, right? On The Twilight Zone, it was an episode where everybody, when they turned 16, got their new bodies. Got their new bodies. They got to look like whoever they wanted to look like. This is a black and white TV show from the 50s. Already talking about plastic surgery. Already talking about augmentation. Cloning. That's what it was. It was really a show about cloning. This is in black and white. This is in the 50s. So what I'm trying to say is they have to prep our minds before they release the technology. So if we give in a a time frame of the 1950s to what we're seeing, cloning in plastic surgery. We'll just say the 2000s, a 50-year time span before they actually release the technology. If we're being told this now about extraterrestrials and aliens, then we're being prepped. But the only difference is in today's time, things are happening a lot faster, way faster than 50 years. You know what I mean? So, nonetheless, we're being prepped to see something. We're being prepped to hear, feel, experience something. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. 100%. 100%. 100%. I'm telling you, 100%. Um, so definitely check out those articles for yourself. If you can find those things on YouTube, take a deep dive at it. It's definitely compelling. It is interesting at the very least. All right. All right. So I'm going to touch on one more topic. And I'm going to base this topic off of a message that I received, asking a question. And I'll read it. I'll keep the name of the person confidential. We'll call her Eminem. Eminem says, I have a question. Go ahead and shoot, Eminem. Why is it the older I get, the less in tune I feel sometimes? I don't feel as spiritual anymore. Like everything is really starting to feel more day to day. I used to look at the world so differently back then, but now it's bland. I know once you wake up, you can't go back, but sometimes I feel like I did. So much to unpack right there. And the reason why I'm doing this message and answering it in a live is because I feel like we all kind of go through that. We all kind of go through that. We get so excited about learning the knowledge and coming into spirituality and being aware, woke, seeing the matrix for what it is, seeing the ones and zeros. Sometimes we're in that euphoric feeling for so long that it kind of the magic wears off, and you start to second guess yourself and start to question things and question yourself, like, are you losing it? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I felt like that many times. I felt like that I was very appreciative and happy that I was let I was made aware of my gifts. I felt like the universe giving me the gifts was the first gifts, and I felt like me being conscious and aware of my gifts were the second gift. And there's been many cycles to where I almost felt like I had lost him. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't getting downloads anymore, or I wasn't figuring out puzzles of the universe anymore, or it was becoming harder. So I just want to tell Eminem that that's part of the process. Christians will call it being born again, right? But just know, just like I would tell any Christian person who gets baptized and becomes born again, that that's not the only time that you go through that process. You should always become born again or revamped or refreshed or reset in your cycle. You know what I mean? So taking the religious part out of it, what I'm saying, being very spiritual in your proudness, you know, you have to keep ascending. You don't become aware and then that's it. And now you just know everything and oh no, there's levels to the shift. You feel me? Then once you become plateauing, there will be another level. And then you'll start to understand that you're going up these steps. You know what I'm saying? There's steps on your ascension. There's rungs in the ladder that you have to step on. You just feeling, you know, in the mundane is part of it, but I'll go into all of that. Uh, another reason of that is because once your body gets older, you become more denser into this reality. You know, if your light is, or if your spirit is light, right? The more it becomes attached to this flesh suit, it gets heavier and it becomes denser. So it's kind of hard to keep that elevation. You have to work at it. This is part of doing the work. You have to work at that elevation. You did. You have to. What makes that hard for you in this flesh suit? Remember, this flesh suit and this oatmeal brain is the spirit's interface with the physical realm. You see what I'm saying? The brain is the interface for the mind here. This flesh suit is the interface for the senses. You see what I'm saying? To make the brain work and connect with the spirit. You understand? You understands me? Get real 19 keys on. You understand me? So um, but once you are tethered into the physical realm, the people, places, and things around you will keep you feeling heavy. You know, if you're around low vibrational people, you know, sometimes um, you have to get along. You have to get along to get along. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I ain't gonna call. Look, I don't want to say dumb. I really don't want to say dumb. I just want to say people who are really of this world. People who do not want to wake up. And sometimes you find yourself around these people at work. Sometimes you find yourself around these people at home because they're your family. You know what I mean? So when you're constantly around this vibration, it becomes part of you too. It rubs off on you. You know what I'm saying? So that makes it harder for you to keep that connection um to the spiritual realm. It makes it harder for you to keep that connection to your higher self. You know what I'm saying? But you have to keep in mind that there is a distinction, there is a separation. Even though it is connected, they're two totally different planes. And it's so easy to um, get caught up. And another thing is when you get older, you have to do adult things. There's adult things happening. You have kids. You know, you might be going through a little rough patch in life. You know what I'm saying? These types of things makes it hard for the ascension process. But it's made like that by design. You know what I'm saying? It's made like that by design because remember, the entity that created the physical realm needs you to be in pain, needs you to forget your spiritual lessons that you learned, needs you to call upon such said entity because that's how it feeds or that's how they feed. There's a lot, right? So by design you're going to go through that, but it's up to you to keep that that physical workout. And just like how you got to work out your muscles and work out your biceps and do squats, you got to do exercises spiritually. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I know this is because I go through it all the time. I'm going through it right now, especially right now because in whatever's going on right now cosmically, it's very heavy and it's some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because last weekend, what's today, the 13th? From the 7th to the 10th of this month, all hell broke loose. When they say it, when it rains, it pours. Anything, man, I don't even want to go into it, but look at these bags under my eyes. I'm going through it. I don't want to go into it because I'm going through it. And I don't really want to speak on it to give it even more energy. You know what I'm saying? But whatever's going on cosmically is whooping me. Man, I can't, man. Family issues, like unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I don't even like I said, I don't even want to go into it, man. But um everything that happens here on the physical plane begins in the spiritual realm. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going through lapses of feeling like you're not spiritual anymore, or you're feeling mundane, you're feeling like a common folk in the matrix, that's because spiritually there's something going on there too. You know what I'm saying? That means that spiritually, this is what I'm gathering, right? Spiritually, things are being put into place for you. You know what I'm saying? But they come across as bad luck. It comes across as boredom. It comes across as losing things. You know what I'm saying? Losing people, losing friends, losing relationships, losing X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Um, just like I was saying earlier, because of the mental being separated from the mind, you have to, I don't want to say have to, but it's imperative for you to stay focused on that. It's hard though. It's way easier said than done. I ain't gonna say life's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Life's a bitch. I'm dating her and her cousin. You know what I mean? I'm having a menage with life and her cousin. And she's a bitch. Her cousin's a hoe. you know, I'm just saying, man, but basically you gotta stay focused, and it's not easy. And that's pretty much the point. So I hope that answers your question. I'll message you this. I didn't want to message you this because it's very long. I don't even know if you're watching, but yeah, but just stand tall and stand firm. You know what I'm saying? On some pimp. No, I'm just playing. I had a straight 3 times crazy flashback. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have musical flashbacks all the time. My bad. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little short little live. I wasn't supposed to go hella far. There's Lolita's World. That's my friend. Finally put you. They finally put you. Yakub in jail. Oh my god. See Aaron Jones. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. Mike Chris 07. Peace. New. I've been trying to reach out. Is New Mystery School California address still accurate? I have Mercer sent you. Oh yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. It is. It is. I just paid my mailbox the other day. Ebony Wangia, you're gonna give off more emotion. I get it. Celestial Monique, hey, how you doing? Yeah. So, salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all like always. And now that I'm back out of jail, out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. As soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochie screaming. Oh, wow. This is the death day anniversary of Tupac Shakur. On the 13th, September 13th is when Tupac made the transition. That's why he just came through. He just came through. See, got to keep them channels open. Easier said than done. Oh, another thing though too, to help you, man, you have to take care of the vessel, the flesh vessel. You have to take care of it. Just like how I said, it's the interface between the spirit realm and senses. So smelling, hearing, tasting, touching, seeing, all that, right? You know what I'm saying? Since that is connected to the physical vessel, you have to take care of it. Eating certain shit is poisoning it. Poisoning the human vessel disconnects the vessel from the spirit realm. See what I'm saying? So this is why eating good, eating clean is imperative. You know what I'm saying? It is. I know Bobby Hemmings said you could drink peach soda and eat cupcakes. Nah. It's cool to do it. You can transmute through it. You can. You can use alchemy for it. But you already got to be vibrating high to be doing that. And everybody ain't high scientists. So until you become a high scientist and a high alchemist, you know what I'm saying? Treat your vessel right so you can get there to do the peach soda. Everybody ain't Bobby Hemmett. All right? I'm just saying. And all teachers can be brought up on reproach. Not everybody is perfect. So eat your carrots, boys and girls. Look, this is stress, man. I ain't been sleeping, man. I ain't been sleeping. Oh yeah, get sleep too. Duh. All right, y'all. I'm out. I love y'all. Peace.